Donald Trump has just announced reparations for white people, for white boys and men. He thinks that our education system is catering too much to girls and people of color. He wants the Department of Justice to go after our schools and universities and take money from them because he doesn't think they're catering enough to white men and boys. In what area? Does he think they're not giving them enough money for men's sports and boys' sports? For scholarships, for their clubs, for their interests? Historically, women, girls, and people of color have been discriminated against in our schools and universities. And now he wants to highlight the boys and the men even more. MAGA women, you can't actually believe this, right? You don't actually think this is good for your daughters, right? That he's going to go after the school system because somehow they've catered too much to the girls.
Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right. So in today's episode, we're going to be reacting to a video of that has been making rounds on TikTok, and people are pissed. Why? Because Donald Trump has just announced here that when he takes office, he's gonna be taking money from colleges he feels like are practicing discriminations
Against palm-colored people.
Right.
And after he takes that money, he's going to be giving it to the said palm-colored people who are being discriminated up there. And this has given mixed reaction from both palm-colored people and black people. Palm-colored people, specifically the women, feel like their girls, their daughters will be discriminated by these locals. Trump is looking to give more money to palm-colored men, right? And black people are feeling like this is gonna be discriminatory because in the first place, this is the same thing that the black population has been asking for, and the American people feel like it's too great of a deal to give black people reparations.
Right. So guys, we don't want to talk so much. Let's dive into the episode and then we come back and talk about it. Let us know what you think about this episode on the comment section, and also consider subscribing if it's your first time here. Let's watch.
Let this just serve as proof as it was never about the money. It was never about the money. Oh, we can't give reparations to African Americans. Where are we going to get the money from? But when it's to fit your sick, twisted, spineless agenda, you're able to pluck the money from the sky. It was never about the money. When the Holocaust happened, there were reparations. When the Japanese-American internment happened, there were reparations. Up until 2015, British taxpayers were literally paying compensation to slave owners. So they got reparations. But whenever it's black people, there's no money.
I'm sorry. I mean, maybe I'm mistaken and I'm confused. Like, I think I've woken up in an alternate reality where in 2024, white people are suing for civil rights discrimination? What? I'm trying to figure out, when have white people been discriminated against in this country when it comes to education? When have they not had a choice of where they want to go to school? And with this shit being said, I wonder, who is this going to affect the most? Is he talking about affecting HBCUs? I mean, because as far as I know, historically black colleges and universities were started because black people couldn't go to school with white people. So what the fuck is going on where civil rights lawsuits are being filed on behalf of white people for feeling like they're being discriminated against? I missed that part. This shit is wild, and this is the shit y'all voted for. If y'all didn't see this shit coming, then I guess you blind, or I guess you a white supremacist. Cause this is the plan. This is what we've been telling y'all the plan was gonna be. And it's crazy that these people, they don't want you to throw their history of wickedness and evil in their faces. They don't want you to hold this mirror up of white supremacy and racism to them. Now, if you tell me that's not the mind of an evil person, I don't know what is. Because for people to have a history of being wicked, people to have a history of being evil, but they don't want you to speak about their history and their traditions of that, it's selling. It's telling about the true heart and the true intentions of people that think like that. But I'm just blown. My mind is just blown at the fact that Donald Trump is talking about suing colleges and taking their endowments if white people feel discriminated against. And then giving that money to them for feeling discriminated against. You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't. This is like I said, we must live in an alternate reality in a different dimension, because I don't know what the fuck is going on with this shit, man. Hey, but maybe it's just me though, man.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about the video compilation we put together for you.
You know, what Trump has done, it has just confirmed to me what we always say, that if palm-colored people are not black, they will never truly understand the struggles of black people. Because you see, when he has when he is going to enter office, the first thing he does is do what he feels is good for his people, because he feels the pain of his people.
But you know, I'm not even surprised, because I saw somewhere, guys, that Trump and his dad were once sued for refusing to rent to black people, to rent their properties to black people.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's something that
is surprising or new. The writings have always been on the wall.
Exactly. So also let me bring us back to when Obama was president of America, and the black community were like, Obama never did anything to help the black community. Therefore, they didn't even consider him as part of the black community. They just considered him a face that was used during important time of American elections, you know.
Yeah, when they wanted to get to black people.
Exactly. So if Obama, looking the way he did, he didn't really do much for black people. You ask yourself, what exactly is Donald Trump going to do? Someone who has obviously shown that he has never had a soft spot or love for, you know, people who look different from him.
Right. And this is one of those cases where we usually say, you know, the internet likes to get ahead of itself. And this is one of the cases where we'd like to say, it's just a wait until we see what happens after he assumes office, if he'll prove people right or if he'll prove people wrong, you know, because the truth of the matter is he has not yet entered office, and none of his policies have started being enrolled, implemented. The truth teller will be once he gets into office. We shall see how his administration will, you know.
Yeah, and it's quite funny that every other group in America normally gets reparations. The Japanese got their reparations, the Jews got their reparations, you know. So you're asking yourself, African Americans have been asking for reparations for a long time, right? Even cases of injustices that are well known to this day. Look at what happened to Emmett Till, yeah? The family, what did they do for them to compensate that family? Was anything ever done to compensate his family?
The woman who wrongly accused him died without ever going to jail, yet there was an arrest warrant out for her arrest, and the sheriff just chose to leave her alone.
Yeah, so you like you ask yourself, where is the balance, right? Is there ever going to be a balance in America?
Yeah, because you know, sometimes I usually just feel like it's the pain of a palm-colored person greater than the pain of a black woman.
Of which I'm asking myself, if they are the ones who started a system to uphold white supremacy, right? They're the ones who wanted white people separated from black people. They're the ones who wanted palm-colored schools separate from black schools. And it's why also the black community in America started systems that favored them, because they were not allowed in white spaces or room, you know. And now you look at a place where Donald Trump is claiming that he's claiming that some schools are practicing discrimination, and he wants to take money from those schools and also use it to pay the victims of the people being discriminated. And you ask yourself, who exactly is going to benefit from, and what type of colleges are going to be targeted? You
right
know?
I feel like, should he start this system, because this system was started for marginalized groups. I feel like he's gonna squeeze out that marginalized group, and well, in his own model of thinking, until anyway, guys, you know where this conversation is going, because as I was asking Marin, is the palm-colored pain more prominent than the black pain? Because I feel like okay, let's see, for example, the groups that got their reparations, like Japanese. You remember the comfort wives? I believe that was quite a tragic moment in Japan history, and I believe there's some sort of reparations they got. I could be wrong, but I believe there was some sort of, even the apology itself was rendered to that community. And you come to black Americans, people like Sarah Bathu, people like Sarah Bathu, was her pain not as great as the women of comfort from Japan?
Yeah, what happened? The history of black women with America.
It's usually just suppressed and taken as a by the way. Like, black women are strong, they can handle it. What woman can handle what Sarah Bathu went through? Are women of color not the same as palm-colored women when it comes to certain kind of pain? When we talk about black men, those who would be, you know, castrated when they didn't meet certain goals, like for example here in the Congo, when men would be castrated and, you know, just awful things done to them because their kids who didn't meet certain kind of whatever, you know. Do you mean to tell me a black man can handle the pain of castration more than a white man? I feel like the pain of the black community is very suppressed and grossly misunderstood.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about this episode on the comment section. But this world is messed up.
It's messed up. Although I do truly believe that things will not always be as they used to be. And the great example we can draw this from is South Africa. The society of South Africa and what it is right now. Although for things to expedite speedily. So I saw a video on TikTok of a white activist who was saying, if Africa wants to be left alone and for Africa to enjoy its peace, African leaders need to start studying the art of developing nukes
and also investing in that. And I do agree
with them. Nobody will ever respect your home if you don't have a dog to protect it.
And the other day, you saw what happened in Burkina Faso, Maureen. They found a truck full of cash. Money, dollars, people, oh my God. They offered Burkina Faso soldiers so that they could assassinate.
It was over, I don't know how many billion, so that they could assassinate
Traoré. The government.
And so far, Traoré has survived 18 attempts on his life, just in a period of 2 years.
And you're like, why can't they leave this man alone? You know, we know why, but you're like, still like, why can't you leave?
It's because he doesn't have nukes to threaten them with.
Anyway, guys, let's leave it there. We'll catch you on our next episode. Consider subscribing if it's your first time here. And as usual, we appreciate you for catching us on this one, right?
Right.